Where are you from?
Oh man, I'm from East Point, Georgia, man. You know, it's South Side, man. South Side, you know, Metro Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? For all them folks out there, you know, E Point, you know, E Atlanta. You know what I'm saying?
What was life like growing up on the South Side?
Oh man, it was cool, man. You know, I grew up in the hood, but you know, I ain't have the worst, man. I still, I had my parents and shit, and we grew up in a cool little house in E Point, like I said, still in the hood, but it was just like, just like anything else, man. Just, you got duck and dodge the bullshit. I had my fair share of, bullshit I've been in, man. Duck and dodge the bullets, all that, but other than that, man, growing up, pretty cool, man. I try to keep a level head, so it's pretty cool for me.
What type of child were you? Were you like into the arts? Were you into sports? What were you doing?
Oh man, I was heavy into music. Like day one, I was big heavy into music, man. Like just couldn't tell me nothing about it. Like I just knew I ain't, I wanted to play football at one point, but I already knew like music was the way for me. That's just what it was.
What did you start off doing? Was it like chorus or band, or how did you get your first introduction to music?
It's crazy. As far as like just music, I used to like just rap around. Like my brothers used to rap when I was like real little and shit. But then like as I got like in elementary school, I wanted to play the drums, so I ended up like joining the band, and I actually like did that all the way out to high school. I actually had scholarships on the table and all that shit for it, but I turned it down.
Why did you turn it down?
Well, I turned down, man. I turned down FAMU. That's crazy. I turned down FAMU.
FAMU?
I turned down FAMU.
Dang.
And I'm gonna tell you, it's a shallow reason. I turned down FAMU because like I was cold in the band. I was cold on drum, but I also like I was a cold drum major.
Yeah.
Like I was a drum major. Like a lot of people don't know that in high school I was a drum major. Like one of the cold one. I went to Tri-City High School and like I had a couple scholarships, but I really wanted to go to Jackson State. And I was tall enough to be a drum major though.
Yeah.
FAMU got their height requirements. I ain't no big nigga. I'm like 5'7", 5'8", but you gotta be like 6 feet or better. But they came up to me, audition, we got a spot for him because he real good. I can read music and all that. And I was just like, man, I can't be no drum major, man. Fuck them folk. Hey, I'm talking about, man. Y'all like go put me on, hey, man, fuck them. No offense, but I still love FAMU though.
Wait, so they wanted you to be the
They want me to play drums.
Okay, instead of being
a drum major, which like like
the lead.
The dudes with the motherfucker who got the big mace and all that shit, big heavy ass stick and all that. Like I do that shit. Like I did. I played drums and I did that.
Yeah. Do you come from a musical family?
To a degree, I feel like I got a cousin who actually in the Dungeon family, Big Rude. Shout out to Big Rude, but. As far as like immediate household, cause like my brothers, they wanted to rap. My cousin, I don't want to rap, but like my parents, they went into it, shit like that. Like I know they did like little shit back when I found out they did like little shit back when they were younger. But as far as like for real into the music, nah.
At what point did you like make your first beat or produce your first song?
Oh man, I made my first beat when I was 11. I was 11. It was like it was one of them early Fruit Loops. I want to say 4. Don't quote me. I think it was 4. But it really, cause I started making my own beats because I really wanted to rap. Like I wanted to rap. And my god brother, he was making beats and shit. But he would give me like the shit he didn't want to rap on. Like the trash, like the real throwaway. That was like, them real throwaway back in the day. We was like, nigga was just like, all right, I made a beat, just make a beat. And like, them shit was so trash, I was just like, man. Nah, I gotta learn how to make beats. My damn self. I wanna make some shit I wanna rap on, and then I got real submerged into that. Like once I started like really playing with that shit, it's like rapping became like a second thing. It was more so like, oh shit, I'm like the only nigga my age in the hood making beats. And they were trash in the beginning too, I ain't gonna lie. Them shit was trash. They were like snap finger shit trash. So I thought it was trash.
At what point would you say your skills progressed to where you were like, okay, I'm about to show these to people and represent myself as a business?
It was probably like my 11th or my 12th grade year of high school. I sold my first beat on MySpace. I used to really like showcase my shit on MySpace, and I was like giving beats to my partners in the hood who rap too. Cause like I was known for that shit. Like by the time we got like from middle school to high school, I was known in my hood for like making beats. Like, bro, if I with this shit, I was just like for our age. You feel me?
Yeah.
And then like I ended up putting shit up on my MySpace page, and I ended up sending a beat like for like $200 to a nigga military, just off of MySpace, and I was like, you know what? Yeah, hell yeah, like no more free beat, man. Fuck these niggas. Nah, I'm talking shit, but like that when I knew it could become a business, I was like, all right, you know, they really for me, cause I ain't ask. I was just promoting beats just to say I had beats. I ain't know to sell the motherfucker for real.
Yeah.
I was young, man. I just want to be like, Zay. I thought a nigga rap on my beats and we get rich.
Yeah. And so did you always start off as an independent producer, or were you like under a label producing, like signed under a label?
Oh, always independent.
Mm-hmm. Is there a reason why you like the independent route, or?
I ain't against fucking with a label, I'm not, but I like the independent route because I got control, like, I got control of me, I got control of how the business is done when I'm doing business with an artist, and like, I control my publishing, you know, all that, so it's like, fucking with a label, like, I know the perks of it, don't get me wrong, like, you get to deal with bigger artists, but even as an independent, if you can, you know, get the right email or get the right contact, you can work with the same folks, like, that a major producer working with. Mm-hmm. So it's like, and you cut out a lot of middlemen, so independent, unless motherfucker come with the right bag and the right kind of terms, you know, independent me.
Yeah. Has your music career caused any conflicts in your personal life?
Oh, for sure. My bad, take some water. Like, yeah, I think that just come with the game. Like, my personal life, I feel like I'm at, you know, a good, peaceful, manageable level in my personal life now, but yeah, my personal life done fucked up, man. The music shit done fucked up a lot of relationships. Like, you got the, you know, on the end of coming up, you got the, I fell out with people I felt like ain't believe in me and believe what the fuck was going on. Then you got, you know, once shit get to popping, you get fake friends, you get motherfuckers who become envious of you, who you thought were down with you. And then that's just friends, women, you know. Some women say they want a nigga who working and, you know, getting it in music and XYZ, because I pay my bills off music, engineering and producing. But when they find out, like, that time and the places you gotta be and the people you gotta be around, someone can't deal with that shit. And I'll be real, and sometimes you just be dealing with a bitch who just wanna fuck the people you be around. Like, she don't wanna, she like you, but she wanna fuck the people you be around. There's a conflict of interest with that shit.
Wait, has that happened to you?
Oh, for sure, man. That shit probably happen to every nigga in the music game, man. Don't let nigga tell you different. Hey, man, coming up, man, look, you coming up, man, it's happening to niggas who got down, who up there. Man, you might have a female and it's just like, hey, man, like, for instance, you might be popping. You might have went platinum. But if that bitch wanted to fuck Chris Brown her whole life, and she get in the room and she can finally meet Chris Brown, it's a little disdain towards you. You know what I'm saying? Cause it's like, damn, bro, I got here and he XYZ, but damn, this nigga hanging with the nigga I want to secretly fuck. Like,
it's really like that?
Okay. Hey, man.
So how do you navigate your romantic relationships if, you know, you never know what the ladies around you are there for?
Man, shit. You just gotta love yourself. You gotta, man. I love myself. I don't know about a lot of people, so when I feel like I love myself, like I honestly feel like I don't put nothing past nobody, but I'm not pessimistic about people. I love myself to the point where I know, like, whether somebody betray me or not, whether the female I love go do some lame shit, and I shouldn't love her no more. Hey, I'm cool with it. That was in divine order by God or the higher, whoever, you know, what people want to call him. So, I love myself, and God know I love myself. So it's like, hey, now no arrogant shit, but it's like I have enough love in myself that, you know, if somebody decided to take their love away, it's gonna hurt, but it ain't gonna devastate me. I can keep on moving, man.
What's been one of your biggest challenges while navigating the music industry?
Oh, man. I feel like the biggest one, honestly, is and not even just on my end, but just like how the industry go, period. It's I want to say that separation of friendship and business. I feel like and I feel like a lot of people go through this. It's just like people can love your product. You know, people can love what you do. People can love working with you. But sometimes, like, people will become your friend just to solely benefit off what you got going on. Feel like they can get a deal or whatever the case may be. And when they can't, it's a problem. Like, and or some people, or you got instances where I've been in too, like, you know, some people just want you to be like down with them, like, you my producer, you mob, you squad, man, like, fuck them, you working with them niggas for. And it's like, man, I ain't got no beef with them folk, you really ain't got no beef with them folk, but, you know, motherfuckers, sometimes the folks, you know, you have artists fall out with y'all type of shit just cause, like, they want you to pick a side in some imaginary beef they got on in their mind, or they want you to be strictly for them. That's selfish shit.
Yeah. So how do you, as a producer, sort of like stay out of those artist beefs? Because I remember I was talking to someone from Memphis that was saying, like, he would just get caught up in the middle of it, and it was just weird for him. Because he was trying to make money, but the artists were beefing with each other. And they both did a diss song on his beat.
Oh, man, my thing here, I keep 1,000, you know, if I know two niggas who beefing with each other, and they know I know that they, you know, and they know I know them niggas, you know, individually, I tell a nigga like, man, if I ain't got no beef with them folk, man, you not finna make me pick no side. What I'm not gonna do is talk about name one of y'all to each other. I'm not finna talk behind y'all back. Really, I'm not even finna let y'all got that. If you do a diss song on my beat, I might delete that shit. Do that shit on somebody else's beat. Cause I ain't finna be in the middle of that. Like, don't put me in the middle of that shit. Cause in my mind, I'm a little nigga. In my mind, I actually got the feeling like, man, you put me in the middle of your shit, man, and harm come my way, I'm bringing harm y'all way. Well, I'm just gonna beat y'all niggas up, man. I ain't finna keep playing. Like, don't put me in the middle of y'all niggas shit. And most niggas who do that be soft too. Like, when niggas want you to pick side, they soft. They soft. They afraid of getting beat up. That's really what it is. I'm gonna say that back to the camera. Nigga make you pick side and they beef and everybody was at once cool with each other. Nigga afraid to get beat up. That what it really is. They afraid to get beat up.
What's been your most memorable moment so far in the rap industry?
Oh man, if I got a couple on. I feel like one of my. This is gonna be my most memorable moment because it was funny at the same time as it was like old shit I'm here moment. I produced a song for my boy Grade Ape and Rick Ross. And prior to this, I did shit with him and T.I. and all this, and Coley P, all that. But we shoot the video with Ross. He pull up, and it's like a support scene. And they have, first of all, we thought it was gonna be Ape and Ross, right? Then my boy and the director like, hold on, man, we need Bizzie up there. You know, he the producer. So we're gonna stick Ross right between him. So me and Ross, we get to chopping up. Ross funny as hell. And he ended up having us come to the studio like a week later with him. But Ross so goddamn funny because he had me cracking up the most while we shooting the video. And like, I'm glad that they edited a lot of shit right because he ain't know all the lyrics. But he kept mouthing the words. And he know that we know it. But he know that we know it's a point. Cause Ross is a real funny nigga. So like everybody out there who just watching behind the camera can't see the shit he doing or why he really nudging us. They thinking like, from them they think he rapping the word cause from a distance it look like it. Man, he ended motherfucking between words saying she's like, well, I'm fucking up. Like that's why. So I'm really dying. I'm high as hell, dying on the porch trying to hold it together. So it was a real cool moment. I love that he really made like us feel welcome. Mm-hmm. Like he came, he ain't just pull up to the video shoot. He made us feel welcome. Like he showed us genuine love.
What song was it?
Called Quarter Brick.
Okay.
Quarter Brick. Oh man. shout out to Ross, shout out to Ape, man. Shout out to Quarter Brick.
So what's your highest aspiration with your music career? Like where do you want to take it?
Oh man. Honestly, I want to be. Fuck this shit. I'm gonna say it. Cause I want to say I had to edit this out. All right. So really, I want to be like. My aspirations of being bigger than Diddy, minus the bullshit, and I actually know how to produce. And there's no shade to Diddy. You know what I'm saying?
Bullshit?
You know what I'm saying? Minus the, like, I don't want to, and I ain't gonna say it's no bad shit. I don't want to have to go through the bullshit he went through. Like, he had to be in the middle of the controversy, the East versus West shit, you feel me? You had to deal with, like, really a loss of an artist. Like, dealing with, trying to rebrand, and like, he's a great rebrander. But dealing with just like certain allegations and how certain shit have to shift, like for you to get to like, and don't get me wrong, every boss got to deal with shit like that. But as far as like the big shit he had to deal with, like I said, really the East versus West shit, like I said, like, you know, folks always tell me dealing with shit like that. Mm-hmm. But also like, I want to be like an executive producer who can really touch the keys because I know how to play. You know, I want to be mogul status with this shit. Like, I really want to be mogul status, and I want to do it in a fair way. I don't want nobody like throwing salt on my name saying that I'm a bad businessman, no type of shit like that. Like, I really, you know, want folks to be like, hey man, you know what? He was fair, and even if they didn't do their part, I want folks to always know, feel like, hey man, bro was fair on his part. I fucked up.
Yeah. Off camera, you spoke about like advocating for producers. Can you talk a little bit about what sort of gives you the passion to have that producer first kind of mindset?
Mainly because I've from experience and just also like being a fly on the wall, seeing other producers and engineers. I'm an advocate for both. Like, I feel like it's kind of like it's a hard industry for producers and engineers because a lot of them don't, until you get to a certain pinnacle, a lot of producers don't get the credit they deserve for being as talented as they are. And in some scenarios, dealing with certain artists, I feel like a lot of producers and engineers, like, they get tried like they're less than a man. Like, people are sometimes stereotype and look at producers like, oh, they're just some music nerd, computer geek ass nigga. Like, nah, man. And then you got a nigga like me, you got folk like Southside, you got a nigga who really come from that mud, who really come from that shit. Yat it up, we'll do it, get in the field with you. But it's like, I feel like I speak up and try to be like that type of, like, I ain't gonna say a hero or no shit like that, but like a leader of a sort, to be like, hey man, don't be running around here like bullying producers and engineers, treating them like pushovers, like giving them crumbs. Like, this is to be able to produce, to be able to make music and come up with like melodies and sounds from head to fingertips to a goddamn computer. That's a talent. Like, a lot of people take that for granted. Like I don't feel. I mean, I know how to rap, and if I could say which one is harder than the other, producing, engineering, most definitely. But I feel like I want people to treat producers and engineers way better than they treat them. Like, they treat them like they don't need them. Like, people are constantly trying to bash producers, trying to take percentages away from them, trying to cut them out of money, all type of shit. And I just feel like, you know, that got to end. Like, no more bullying producers, no more bullying engineers, man. Like, man, if I got to gain some way to get Suge Knight about it, I will, man. That's how serious I am about that shit. Like, man, I want to be goddamn, like, you know how he used to think of Jay Prince when some shit going down. Motherfucker be like, we got to call Jay Prince to get this shit resolved the right way. Like, I feel like motherfucker got to feel like producers feel like by the end of the day, they should be able to, hey man, something ain't going right in their paper, something ain't going right. These folk trying to goddamn try you like you ain't, you know what I'm saying, like you ain't worth it. Call me, we pulling up like the mob. What y'all want to do? Y'all want to do this the easy way or the hard way? That's how I really want it to be. Like, I don't want it to be that way. I want everything always be easy way. But that's how I really want it to be. Like, when folks can, like, producers can feel comfortable and safe. Because a lot of them, you'll be amazed, there's a lot of producers and engineers that don't feel safe in these settings, but they want, you know what I'm saying? They want the platinum plaques, they want the gold plaques, they want to be able to work with certain XYZ artists, but at the same time, people still want to, keep their dignity intact.
Yeah.
Don't nobody want to feel like they getting tried like no nerd or like no goddamn getting bullied for their beats. Nah, man, fuck that. We bully the bullies. Hey, man. Hey, man.
So you've been producing music in Atlanta for, I believe, a little over 10 years now?
Oh, yeah, hell yeah.
Over 10 years. What's the biggest change that you've seen as a producer in the sound of music in Atlanta from that era to now?
I'm not mad at it, but the sound has gotten really dark. The sound has gotten really dark, and so I'm not mad at the production, because the production, motherfucker be slamming, you feel me? But I will give, us our part in that shit, because, like, when you got dark, cinematic, menacing ass beat with 808, man, what can you really talk about besides you want to trap it out, you want to shoot something up, you want to got that X, Y, and Z? Versus, like, when I first started producing, it was like, we was more so in dance shit, you know what I'm saying? Everything was light. We had, like, I probably started producing snapping era, but, like, when I started really working the music shit, around, like, the futuristic era, I was fucking around with J Money and all them niggas, like, so I was around that shit, so, but it's real different, like, even we were using, like, a lot of major chords. Now, we in minor chord city, like, like, we really went to a darker sound, and I do feel like that shit kind of reflected also, like, the trajectory of the city. Like, Atlanta used to be, I feel like Atlanta, we still get money, but I feel like Atlanta was a light-hearted, let's get money and go party. And,
Yeah, I remember
you know what I'm saying? Like, these females gonna come in, motherfucker, shake that ass, sweat that weave out, man. They trying to, not everybody just like, I don't know, it's like everybody want to buy a stick, they heartbroken, they on drugs. These niggas don't like these females, I don't know what the fuck, that shit is weird, like, I don't know, man, it just, I don't know, maybe we need to bring futuristic music back or something, I don't know, man, it's shit kind of weird, man.
Do you think that it's up to the producers to sort of change that atmosphere, that darkness, or is it the musicians? Which, some people say that flows directly over to, like, what's happening in society, as far as, like, that dark energy.
I feel like it's a combination of both. It's a combination of both. Like, producers, we need to go back. Like, we can keep the hard hit 808s and all that, but we need to start steering away from the darker beats, like, and start steering more so towards hard hit 808s that's fun. And when we in a session with these artists, like, guide these artists to talk about more than killing, drugs, crazy shit, or talking, you know what I'm saying? Like, ain't nothing wrong with a little bar every now and again, but, like, we really have real songs based off the full fucking subject matter of shooting a nigga. Like niggas is talking about real bodies in music. Like, niggas snitching on themselves. This is the wildest era of music right now, bro. Like, niggas is snitching on themselves and then want niggas to say freedom, which is the wildest shit ever. Like nigga, it's like, nigga, if the world saw you shoot that nigga, then you went and made a rap song about shooting that nigga. Then you get caught for shooting that nigga. Why the fuck you want to say free you, nigga? Cause we like you? No, nigga. Nah, nigga. What?
Wait, so have you ever been in the studio and you were like, bruh, why did you say that type vibe?
Oh, man, all the time. It don't even just about no gun boy, man. It be all the time, man. Niggas say wild shit all the time.
What's the craziest thing you've heard?
Oh, man.
Were you just like, okay, I guess we're gonna rock with it, like?
Oh, man. I think the crazy shit I heard, I had it was a wild, I still remember it was a long time ago. I had to record Offset one day. I had to public QC and record Offset one day. And this nigga said, I told her move like a cow. Like, but he was saying like move, but I told her move like a cow. And I was like, nah, bro. And he was like, yeah, keep that shit. And I was like, fuck it, all right. But it had me thinking, like, I was like, this shit is so goofy. But it was entertaining. Cause it made me laugh, and I'm also a nigga who like this. And when nigga rapping, like I like funny niggas, Zach Fox, B.L.B. Pat, man. I tell that nigga, man, fuck all this. Like, no offense to reality rapping shit, man. Fuck all that reality shit, man. Get entertaining, man. Say some wild shit. Say some crazy shit. Say some shit that's so unbelievable that the police can't come after you. Like, that nigga fucking making that shit up. Like, you feel me?
Like, he gotta be, he crazy.
Yeah, like, ain't no, like, nigga,
Ain't no
what?
way.
Ain't no way.
For someone watching this who aspires to do what you do, what advice would you have for them?
Oh, man. Don't let nobody bring you down. Don't let nobody tell you that you can't do this. Like, it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard as shit. Like, but that's the reward in it. Like, I'm be 1,000. Anything easy don't come with no reward. Like, and being a producer, like, having that talent may come easy to you, but to actually utilize that talent, make money, and be able to just afford a lifestyle off of it, like, that's hard. But persevere through it. Like, learn yourself and learn yourself, learning, like, what you do, like, what you don't like, what type of music you like to make, what type of music you don't like to make. Like learn the shit you gonna deal with, like, learn the shit you're willing to deal with and what you're not willing to deal with. But always, like, in this shit, put yourself first. Your best interest is what matters. Like, before anything else, you can love an artist to death, you can love X, Y, and Z to death, but if your main interest is not, aligned with what's going on, fuck it. That's my advice, man. Look out for you. Respect everybody else that's looking out for you. For real. Like, look out for those. Matter of fact, look out for you and look out for those who are looking out for you. Anybody else who just trying to goddamn, play off of your talents and undercut you, do whatever, man.